Hello folks, down here in my shop, sweating to death. It's a hot one today, 90 some degrees and the humidity's pounding. But anyway, I've had a few PMs lately from folks and they was wondering how I got my 24-inch top for my desk made when I only had a 20-inch planer. Shortcat99 just PM'd me the other day and asked me about that, so I thought I'd make a video and show you how I accomplished this. Some of you only have 12-inch planers, but this process can still be done with a 12-inch planer. So I'll show you how I go about that. Okay folks, let's just say for the sake of argument that those two boards there are two panels that I've made up, and each one is 12.5 inches wide, and they are at my desired thickness, which they are both the same thickness, those two pieces of wood. For you folks that only have a 12-inch planer, you can just make up three pieces at, say, 8 3/8 or 8 1/4. Now you always want to make them bigger because you're going to want to run that edge, one edge of each piece, back across your joiner so you get a true edge on it, so that when you glue it you don't have an open joint. That particular board on the left has a bow in it. It's high in the center. I chose that on purpose. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see how it's bowed. And I'll show you how I go about getting that out too. Now say they were both flat and they laid pretty decent together. You can actually probably see that little bit of a step right here in it where that board's bowed. You could just throw them in your clamps, work from one end to the other as you tighten them up, and they should come out pretty even, and you can just sand that little bit out. I've done that many and many a times. And of course you'd have a 24-inch wide panel after you rip it on your saw to your desired width. But you want to make sure you have extra so that you can get a good true edge on it, because it will put tension in it when you make your panel. So I'll show you how I get that bow out of it. I'll put my camera over here. I'll back it up some so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, all I do is lay my stock in my clamps. And that board's bowed right there. I just simply take a clamp it to my workbench, down onto the board. The clamp's almost not deep enough. And just draw that board, the center of that board down, and that'll pull that bow down toward your clamp, and then just simply tighten your clamp up. That'll seal your joint. Boom. And there it is, folks. And if you got one on the end, now see my end drawed down on me this way. This board here drawed down. I just simply take another clamp. I'm going to grab one here. Should have a bigger one. And I go right at the two joints, and I just draw those two together, getting it nice and flat. There's hardly any catch there, maybe a couple thousandths. And then just simply, whoop, clamps it. That's alright. Draw the clamp down, and then you can remove that. And that is pretty much how I do it. Pretty easy. Flat, you just sand it. You're already at your finished cut, and you have your wide panel. Pretty simple. Now, you can also take your trusty biscuit joiner if you like, and you can put biscuits in it, which I've already punched the holes in it. And if your wood's flat and it's not bowed, slip your biscuits in, slip your two pieces together, lay them in your clamps, and it's guaranteed to come out flat. It's going to be the same. Now if it's bowed, obviously you're going to have to draw that before you biscuit it, or put the hole for the biscuit. Lay it flat on your bench, and just put a clamp on it, and put your hole in it for your biscuit. That's how I accomplish it. Now for you guys that only have the 12-inch planers and you got to do 3 pieces or more. You only want to do 2 of these at a time because then you don't have that extra joint to fight with. Do these 2, let them dry, pull it out of the clamp, run it back across your joiner again, get your edge true because you don't want that clamp mark in the edge of your board, and then add your extra piece to it. And that's pretty much it. Okay folks, I hope that helps you out, answers your questions about how to get a finished top at greater widths than what your planer is. If you take it in small increments, you can make panels 4 feet wide as long as you got the clamps to glue it together. So good luck on all your projects, and thanks for watching.